Hello, here we are at the National Parks demo. Or we should say National Parks No More demo. I've just arrived, there's quite a few people gathering around already. Oh, it's a pretty good turnout for a really impromptu, organised. Pretty good. Alright, I think we're going to walk along to Cameron Square. And I'll see if I can stop and speak to a few people while I'm going around.
Tasting, 1, 2.
Good, they've got loudspeakers and everything. Great. They've got the banners. Good stuff. Right. I shall try and grab a few people as we go along. Getting ready to go. We're following the tractor. God. Thus, we're heading off into town now. Hopefully speak to a few more people as we go along.
Okay, we're ready to go. If you follow us up, we're going to go to the Morrison's roundabout.
Let me tell you, this is a good turnout for Fort William, and like I said, this was only arranged a couple of days ago. Once more and more people find out, I think there'll be more people marching and protest. Here we are at the roundabout. Lots of people, lots of banners. And speaking to a few more folk, most people haven't even heard about the parks until the last few days. And there's quite a few here. So, it's very encouraging.
On your noses, down, because we're not at march.
We're not a march? How's that work? Why are we not allowed to march? Do you know? Excuse me, officer. May I just ask you, with all due respect, because I don't really know.
We don't need to be that close.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to know, why are we not allowed to march? I'm just curious.
So, this has been a very last minute
Yes.
protest, and it's meant to be a stationary protest. That's what the council have agreed.
Right, okay.
So it can't be a march. That needs permission and things from the council, from roads, from different departments in the council,
Okay.
and police and things like that. So the organiser's been in touch with the police. She's told us, and we've explained it to her.
Brilliant.
Okay,
So are we going to Cameron Square and we can...
So you can go, yeah, so I think you're going to go to Annie's roundabout.
Yeah.
You can put your plaques up then.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll go to Cameron Square, and again, you can do it there, but you need to be stationary when
Okay.
you're doing the protest.
Okay, yeah, that's that. I see that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Cheers. Right, off we go. I'm here again with a few... This protesters are building up. I've got a few here who would like to say a few words.
I'm Brian. I'm here to protest that Fort William desperately needs a new hospital. The Belfort has been here since 1865. I think it's about time we got something.
Okay.
I'm Maria. I'm here to protest with regards to no to National Park because of the bureaucracy and the implements such as planning and stringent things that we would have to go through in order to get just even a greenhouse, let alone anything else. Our waters just now around here, there's the small islands, Muckhead, Cana, Rum, nobody's concerned with them, but they'll be involved in this, and it's just an impossible situation. Too big an area and not suitable for this area.
Do you believe, like, it appears to me there's been nowhere near enough consultation. The process seems to be questionable, to say the least.
There has been absolutely no consultation. I didn't know anything about this just recently, and I'm quite disgusted at it. Not only that, but I believe they got £3,000 grant. And where did that go? What did that go on? Because it certainly didn't go on what it should have been. I think it's also questionable when you've got people like local councillor who's running for it, and you have got her on Facebook with laughing emojis at the likes of this protest today, which just goes to show just the type of people that we're dealing with. Smaller than children.
Very poor, isn't it?
Yep.
Would you like to?
Yeah, I'm just here to show a bit of support, maybe learn a bit about it as well. It's just to get a balanced debate. There's a lot of good people around here, so yeah, it looks like for this new park, it's just more bureaucrats getting involved. And as soon as you get the bureaucrats involved in anything, it's going to make my life worse. So
Yeah.
I'm just here to show my support.
It seems like a
for that.
process that, once again, we're not really involved in so much, are we? No. Would you be interested yourself then if there was like a big public public debate where we could?
Possibly. I mean, just coming from a personal level, we're just all trying to live our life, and if people come and make it a bit more difficult, I'm against that. So that's what
Okay,
I'm here for.
I understand that. Thank you very much.
Folks taking their vehicles, we're going to have
Off
to
we go.
bypass and follow that blue tractor.
Well, I'm shocked that other people are trying to dictate to us what we need here in Lochaber. We need a hospital. We need a road infrastructure that will take in all the tourists. We need a new ferry at Corran. And yet they're talking about spending 130 million on a national park that nobody needs. It's absolutely disgraceful.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I think it would be about 150 million, isn't it, for the hospital or something like that?
Well, it would be better spent on that.
Absolutely.
Than spent on something that people don't want.
Absolutely. I mean, every year that more people come, the roads get busier,
And we're all
and our
blocked off.
infrastructure.
Doctors can't get out, the police can't get out, the roads are just jam-packed. It's crazy what's going on.
It is, isn't
Let
it?
the people speak.
What do you think? What do you think about the process so far? I mean, because there seems to be there seems to be trouble with the whole consultation process. It seems to me when I speak to a lot of people, most people weren't even aware of what was going on.
I didn't know till 2 days ago that such a thing had been put forward, and I didn't know that this meeting was taking place.
Wow.
Nobody knows what's going on. It's all done underhand.
And so, I mean, it's definitely a failure, certainly by the state, to actually get the community involved. I mean, we should have plans, consultations, discussions,
But they
and that
don't
just
want
doesn't
us
happen.
involved.
No, they haven't. They
That's
said no.
Don't want the communities involved. They are just walking all over us, and we've got to stop it.
We have got to stop them. I'm hoping we will stop. I mean, most of the others have pulled out. I mean, it'd be difficult to understand how we could go forward with the way the process has unfolded. It's been shocking.
We need to act now, and we need to stop this carry on. And
Okay.
let the local people have a say.
Well, I'm sure just by looking around here today at this very impromptu demonstration, it's going to grow and grow and grow. I think the council's going to have a very difficult time putting this forward.
I see people here from all different areas who feel as strongly as we do here in Lochaber.
Good.
So I hope we win.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, can I ask you what is your name?
Danny Stafford,
Okay, and what are you here for and why?
to protest about the Lochaber National Park. I feel the money could be better spent on infrastructure in the Fort William area. Our hospital's been put on hold. We need new ferries, we need new roads. We can't cope with the visitors we get at the moment. And I'd rather the Scottish Government redirected the £13 million a year that they're going to spend on this Lochaber National Park into infrastructure.
That sounds very sensible. I think a lot of people are saying that. That's really good.
Yeah.
So, and I was going to say, I noticed you helped to organise all this. There's more and more growing people here. And you can see this is a big issue that I'm sure you'd agree. I think one of the problems you noticed in this whole process is that not enough people have been informed. I mean, it's a very small percentage of people, isn't it? And
It is. It seems to be the chosen few that have known about it. The actual public of Fort William's been kept in the dark. I first discovered it kind of mid-December, and I thought, what the heck's going on? Started keeping an eye, and I penciled in the meeting in Ballachulish, and then the meeting in Ballachulish was cancelled. And then the next thing popped up, it was a meeting in New Connections that I had known it had taken place by the time I found out, and I had nowhere to go, and started feeling about and found Debbie, and it's just snowballed from there.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, there was originally 8 or 10 people areas putting for bids, wasn't it? And most of them are put up. There's only 2 left now, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, because the whole, as far as, I mean, when we're speaking to Nick Kemp, the director of Parks Watch, he was telling us that the Scottish government, you know, after when they set up the Trossachs and the Loch Lomond, they said it was a proper commitment. You know, there was lots of infrastructure, there was lots of organisation, there was lots of commitment to getting people involved, and there was plans. But this one is just a whole higgledy-piggledy affair of someone putting in some bids, and this whole process that with the initial process we're going through seems to be very skewed. Would you agree with that?
I think it's disgusting what they've done. They've got areas bidding against other areas. Glenafric and Ben was pulled out, and there was another one up Glenafric, so I think it was Loch Ness. They've pulled out, Skye's pulled out, and I just want it stopped. It's a waste of public money. Where does all the money go that is raised in Fort William? We are absolutely teeming in the summer. Where does that money go? Where does all our taxes go? Because Fort William hasn't had any decent money spent on it in years, apart from the new schools and the new medical centre.
That is so true. That's so true.
We need it now.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people, you know, some people are going, oh, it'd be great having a national park, get more tourism and more industry in, but of course I agree with you, we don't have enough infrastructure, do we?
We don't, and I mean, not only that, because they brought in this short-term lettings, the rules and regulations for that, it turns out 35% of not guest houses, but pods and these kind of things, some of them aren't going to be letting them out this year, so the prices are going to shoot up. What's going to happen is, if they can't get accommodation, they're going to end up hiring campers. And we're going to have even more people on the road.
And more gridlock.
And more gridlock.
Yes,
At the end of the day, it's not working for Fort William. The locals feel to travel from Corker to go to town in the summer, it's costing over an hour.
Okay.
People are going to die in the queues trying to get by.
Yep, that's always been a worry.
Struggles to get by, a fire brigade struggles to get by. We need action.
We need
now.
action on these things, yeah. Okay, well, I'm just going to quickly ask you. I mean, this is just the first sort of gathering of it, isn't it? But I presume we're going to have more demos and meetings and stuff, and get the public more aware, aren't we? Because this needs to be stopped, doesn't it? I mean, it's not worked out very well at all.
There's one happening on Wednesday. I'm not too sure where it is. I think it might be Perth area. There's another demo there.
Okay.
Last I heard, I'm not sure if it's Dumfries and Galloway. We're in for it as well. I'm not sure, but we're the first actual demonstration.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
It's taking it to Holyrood. That we don't want the money spent on something as frivolous as this. We want the money to go to.
Well, I mean, even the councillors here, they voted to go on to stage 2 because they didn't see anything or couldn't understand stage 1. I mean, if the councillors gone on to stage 1, what the hell are they expecting people to do?
The thing I am most angry at is the councillors have used discretionary funds, which is funds that a councillor gets to spend in a local area. £1,500 taken out of Fort William and Ardnamurchan, £1,500 taken out of Coolmillig. That is money that they can decide to give to, like they could have given it to the old folk for a meal.
Yeah.
Or the provision for a room where the old folk could go to get.
Well, I mean, I totally agree there, Janice. One of the things that when speaking to a few people, and hopefully we'll find out some more information, there is questions to be asked, I think, about this whole process, even from the initial funding and what's going on. I think we have a duty to find out what it is, because the process to anybody it's questionable at the very least. Okay, Janice, thanks very much, and we'll catch up with you later. Thank you.
The age of the population over 70 is 57% higher than the national average in the Cairngorm National Park. It's become a retirement zone. Yes, it's become a retirement zone.
Davey doesn't need the megaphone.
The number of the working age population, the young population, is declining because they can't afford houses. I'm just trying to find some statistics that I was loading on our website today. Give me 2 seconds and I'll give you statistics about house prices. 2015, the average price of a property in the Cairngorm National Park saw a net rise of almost 230%, with a peak in 2015 of 192,000. In 2018, the average price had risen to 190,000. While the road's getting fixed. When the park was established in 2003, park prices were already £13,000 above the national average. By 2018, that had risen to £37,500 above the national average. The amount of vacant properties and second homes in the national park is 20% above the national average. 20% of our housing stock is second homes or is vacant. Means that all the young folk, anyone who's looking for a house cannot get a house, can't afford a house, can't afford rent. Average rent's about anything between £750 upwards a month. That's expensive. Yeah. 2 million visitors per year to the national park. Parking's a problem, camping's a problem, litter's a problem, wildlife disturbance is a problem. There are so many problems. I know that from experience. I was on the board of the national park and I fought for 4 years for people like you, and my voice wasn't appreciated and I was eventually kind of ousted out. I wasn't voted back in again because it caused too much trouble. Deer numbers, we want to reduce deer numbers across the national park to about between 2 and 5 per square kilometre. If you're a gamekeeper, that's going to affect your livelihood. It's going to affect your tied house that you live in. Ultimately, they're wanting to also, things like pheasants and partridges in the national park, they don't want them. They're not a native species, they want to decrease their numbers as well. Again, that's going to affect gamekeepers and their jobs. Hill sheep farmers, they want to reduce the number of livestock on the hill as well. All basically to reach their nature 2030 targets, where 30% of the national park will be basically a nature reserve where nothing happens. So that's what's going to happen if Lochaber becomes a national park. No to a national park! No to a
It's strange sitting at home and going on to Facebook and you click on a page and you see that 7 people have decided that they've got a great idea for the future of the whole of Lochaber and the small isles and the sea in between it. And they've decided that they're going to propose Lochaber and the small isles as our next national park. Where does that power come from? Where do you get that great idea and not go and engage with your neighbour and ask them, what do you think? And Skye, they've decided not to pursue the national park designation because they didn't have the time, information or resources to make an informed decision. And so they told the Scottish Government that and withdrew their application. In Ben Wyvis and Glenafric, they decided that they did not have the time, the information or the resources to make an informed decision, and so they withdrew their application. At the moment, 7 people within Lochaber have taken that responsibility upon themselves. Mike Pescott, Russell Pate, Lewis Pate, his wife, Mrs. Pate, Kate Willis. Kate Willis is the only elected member.
1.78.
Sorry?
1.78%
1.78% elected her. They have made that decision, and they took money from the council and carried out an entirely biased and leading questionnaire that they've presented, masquerading is a survey that represents your views. And they have admitted that they have not had the time or the resources to fully engage with the people. If they continue to lodge this application, they're treating you all with contempt and disregard. If you cannot go and speak to your neighbours and ask them what you think, then you shouldn't be doing the job. You shouldn't be taking the money. And if you get the chance, go find them and ask them, please don't lodge that application because it does not represent the wishes of the people of Lochaber, because you haven't asked us and you've admitted that. Thanks.
Well said.
I want to say thank you to you for all coming out. It is strange to sit at home, you think on your own, but over a period of time, some voices come together. So it's brilliant to see you all. Also wanted to thank some people who have been at the forefront. Eddie and you, Michael, I'm going to forget lots of folk here. Janice.
Ellen.
John Carmichael.
Ellen.
Ellen. Who? Maria.
Robert Skinner.
Right, you know the names of Robert Skinner. So thanks to everyone, you've made this happen.
Another example of how undemocratic Perthshire Tay Forest National Park bid received 352 responses out of a population of approximately 68,000 people. They've spent £50,000 money doing the consultation. £50,000 that should have been better spent on hospitals, education, potholes and roads, etc. I'm going on Wednesday to try and get them to withdraw their bids. Whether I'm successful or not, I don't know.